Welcome to the Mindset Exchange. In this episode, I'm going to explore how our beliefs and attitudes about money influence our financial decisions and overall success. I'll uncover the common mental blocks that keep us from achieving our financial goals and discuss actionable strategies to cultivate a money mindset of abundance and prosperity. Whether you're looking to break free from limiting beliefs, improve your financial habits, or simply gain a better understanding of your relationship with money, this episode is packed with insights and tips to help you transform your financial mindset. Let's go. Hi everyone. One of the things we discussed in Lynn's interview last week was the idea around having a money mindset. Some people have this down to a T and are successful, and some people just give up when it comes to money. And I bet it isn't just Lynn that has had difficulty with money mindset in the past or now. Charging people money for a service can be a tricky one. Have you ever felt uncomfortable or unsure about setting your prices or asking for payment? When I think about my own experiences, I used to work in advertising and direct different accounts or parts of the business, and there's no doubt it was easier to project manage the money side of things then. Even though I was invested in my job and had a conscience, it didn't feel so personal when I was working for another company, sorting out balancing margins, overheads, payments and forecasts, etc. as part of what I did. Yet when I set up my own small businesses, it felt like a whole different bag. When you are the top dog, deciding firstly how much to charge, and secondly seeing the person directly in front of you that you are asking money off. Especially in the caring industry, where you're driven by wanting the best for the person in front of you outside the money-making aspect. It really pulls at your heartstrings when you want to help. And this can be true of any profession. I could really relate to what Lynn said. It was very true of how I felt in my 30s. But why should it be hard to charge? It should be simple, right? You have your own costs and overheads to cover, and people get that surely. You bring your own sets of skills and expertise that are worth something. And then there's thinking about the flow. The idea of the flow of energy of resentment or not, if you feel that you aren't being paid your worth, or what you bring if you agree to a discounted price to do someone a favour. So when it comes to money mindset, what is it that feeds into it? The positioning around money mindset really boils down to your own unique set of values and beliefs when it comes to money. And what do I mean by that? It's when you think about money and how it fits into your world. This will be what shapes you and your approach to it. Everyone uses money in some way every day, and you have the power to decide how your future is going to be around this, both in your personal and in your business lives, or whether it will set you back. Money mindset can be influenced by the way you were brought up, your current circumstances, your environment, your culture, your own self-confidence, your self-worth, and what you believe your services are worth, your motivations, your own aspirations, your life expectations, what you want, where you want to be, and importantly, what you're happy with and how much money you feel you need. What your values are about lifestyle is an important one. Do you see yourself having a yacht in Italy, or do you see yourself having a dinghy on the Thames? There's no judgment here. Everyone's sense of what one needs or wants is very different, but it all requires money. I think it's important to make a distinction between what you are happy with in your personal life and what you need for your business life. If you're running your business, you can't afford to be sentimental, for want of another word, or you'll go into debt. One has to be realistic and set realistic goals and budgets and be on top of payments. Easier said than done. If you don't care about money, or you're not facing the reality of money, it's time to change because it's not sustainable, especially if you run a business. It is possible to work on this to address whatever it is you feel or think about money. So let's delve into this a little deeper. Here are some reflective questions to consider. How were you taught to handle money when you were younger or in your career? How did your parents influence your money habits? How often do you discuss money in your relationships? Does money cause stress or arguments in your personal or professional life? Having a healthy money mindset enables you to budget to save towards your future, work out your incomings versus your outgoings, work out profit margins you need, work out what is required to keep the business going, and it also enables you to have the belief in yourself that you have the ability to generate and make money according to the life you want, as well as a growth and positive mindset and knowing your worth. It gives you the confidence to not be afraid to speak your truth about your worth and charge accordingly. Talking about charging, this is the thing. When charging, what is that perfect pitch point? People will have their own view and reaction to a service or product. It's important to listen to your customers and do your research about your price point. Are you giving them a good service? If you are offering a premium service, then charge for it. You will know by what your clients say and how busy you are as to whether you've pitched correctly. There's also the balance of making sure you earn enough to make the business work for you, according to your own values and beliefs. Knowing your worth will mean pricing yourself where you feel you should be with your experiences, training, accreditations, quality of product or service, and the feedback you receive. It's a balance, if you pardon the pun, and doesn't need to be fixed. It can change as you change. I'm going to ask you a few more questions that I'd like you to spend a moment to think about. Do you do a spreadsheet of your expenses? If not, why not? What's stopping you? What might happen if you did a spreadsheet of your outgoings and your incomings? What might happen if you were able to work out how many customers you need to make ends meet? What does your spreadsheet highlight to you? Where is your spend going? What would your future look like if you were able to spend money on where it should go or where you would like it to go? These things aren't going to go away. What's stopping you from thinking about them? By the way, if any of these questions are bringing up a big emotional response for you or triggering anything from your past, then please do seek help. So let's say you've worked all this out, reality check, and you have found out what you need and how much you spend. How do you feel about charging your worth now? Consistent habits lead to change. When you put in the work to find these things out and establish reality, you will see that your mindset suddenly shifts, and that's where the money mindset kicks in. Another common way to view money mindsets is through the lens of scarcity and abundance. A scarcity mindset is marked by the fear of not having enough resources, including money. This fear can drive negative behaviours such as hoarding or impulse spending, and people with a scarcity mindset often feel a need for more money and struggle to enjoy what they currently have. They may find it difficult to save. However, this mindset can also encourage thriftiness, which can be helpful in moderation. An abundance mindset is where there's always enough to go around and tends to have a more relaxed attitude towards finances. People with an abundance mindset tend to be more generous and willing to share their resources. However, it can lead to overspending and taking unwise financial risks. People can also experience a fear of money, viewing it negatively due to associations with corruption or problems, which can lead to financial self-sabotage. Conversely, viewing money as a tool focuses on using it to achieve goals and improve life through financial education, budgeting, and investing. And there are other mindsets as well, other than scarcity, abundance, fear of money, or seeing money as a tool. One is the saver mindset, which emphasizes saving and future planning, but can lead to anxiety about spending and missed opportunities. There's a spender mindset, which enjoys spending on experiences or items, but may struggle with impulse purchases leading to debt. There's also the indifferent mindset, which shows a lack of concern about money, often resulting in living paycheck to paycheck without financial planning. And the borrower mindset, relying on credit or loans, often leading to debt due to difficulty distinguishing between wants and needs. You may not fit into any of these or recognize yourself in some of these, but it's important to understand that these mindsets do exist and what's going on behind them. So why is knowing your money mindset so helpful? Because the mind is really powerful. Our mental and emotional states can shape our financial behavior. What you believe, you will think. What you will think, you will act. What you will act, you will deliver, and that can work in your favor or not. So the way you approach this or think about this is really important. For example, a lot of success comes from consistency and self-belief that something is going to work. And you see this in a lot of million or billionaires, that self-belief, that getting up and persisting in the face of adversity or not. And we can all have that. What you believe will drive you and deliver success. So the starting point is really to examine what type of money mindset you have. You can change your existing money mindset to another one to maximize your potential if it needs to change. Thinking about having a mindset shift, self-reflection, and a willingness to grow or change is necessary. Let me ask you this. Do you have certain beliefs and attitudes about money? How do you feel about borrowing or saving or charging? Can you challenge any negative beliefs? For example, if you think, I was never taught about business, I'm useless with money and will never make this work, can you reframe it to, I will learn, I can seek expertise if I need to, I know my worth, I will be a success in my business? Or if you think, I don't have a Scooby snack about taxation, it's really scary, I'll ignore it, can you reframe it to, I'll speak to an accountant and learn about it, or hire one to do it for me? How would challenging and reframing your negative beliefs or attitudes help or change you? How would that make you feel or think about money now? Again, if any of these reflections bring up deep-rooted emotional responses, please seek professional help. But how can one shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset? One can start by being thankful or practicing gratitude for what you have. But thinking about seeking expertise and learning, is it worth investing in getting education about different areas that are relevant to you or seeing a financial advisor? Mastering budgeting and planning helps take up less headspace and boost your confidence, allowing you to focus your energy elsewhere. Can you use any tools or resources to help you? Are there budgeting apps or financial advisors that have been recommended to you or you could use? These shifts will also help you with planning your financial goals and being a bit more clear on your next steps. There is no harm in asking people for help or for informed experience and having positive cheerleaders around you to focus on what really matters. These all lead to having a more abundant mindset. When one thinks about the action of what one can do, it's not an overnight thing. It takes time, but it's so worth it. And if ever you have a moment where you think, oh, I'm just too tired, I can't be bothered, not now, and we all have them, think, what would it mean if I don't do this? There are some negative aspects to consider if you don't. If you have debt and are finding it overwhelming, it's really important to seek help. Debt can have a real emotional and mental impact. If you can, address these feelings and seek help if you need to. Remember, you're not alone. Money issues can also affect personal relationships. It's really helpful to speak openly if you can about finances to prevent misunderstanding and conflict. Discussing financial goals and challenges together can also strengthen your relationships. So what else can you put in place to help you? Time management is key. Can you allocate specific times to do this regularly in your diary and stick to it? Can you set up an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, aiming to have at least 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in it? Can you invest as a way to grow your wealth over time and start early with different types of investment under professional advice? Visualization can also help. If you visualize your financial goals and set achievable specific targets and write down those goals combined with regular check-ins to see how you're getting on, it will help you maintain focus and motivation. Developing a healthy money mindset is an ongoing journey. It's important to continuously learn, adapt, and seek support where it's needed. Building a supportive community around your financial goals can really make a significant difference. The blocks we have around charging what we're worth can be very diverse and complex and very much rely on your own set of unique circumstances. So this episode has been purposely general just to introduce you lightly to some areas to consider. The questions I've asked today will involve deep reflection and honesty with yourself. Take the time to listen over to this episode again and again and think about those questions and the answers. The sooner you take action, the easier it will be, and to build your confidence in charging your worth and also what you need. Take those steps. Just imagine how positive your financial future is going to be. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of the Mindset Exchange. Your support means the world to me. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you rate, leave a review and subscribe to the podcast to ensure you never miss an episode. If you want to continue this conversation or share your takeaways, head on over to my Instagram at Katherine Ashmore __ and comment on your favourite part. Remember, if you need support with any of the themes covered today or in previous episodes, don't hesitate to contact me. My details are in the blurb. Next week, I'm going to be joined by Mr. Kash Akhtar, orthopaedic consultant, where we talk about not only what it's like to be a surgeon and the challenges of being a surgeon, but also the human behind the clinician. It's one not to be missed. See you then.